Assalamualaikum and hi to everyone, to Dr. Patlina. Today, our group will present about our dashboard, house design preference. Okay, this is our team members. I'm Azura and we have Farah Wahida and also Zarin Arni. Okay, for this presentation, we will cover about the objective, the purpose of data mining based on survey, stakeholders, methodology that we use, that is EDA, and also to preview our dashboard. Okay, objective for this project. First, our data analysis allow us to implement design solutions that facilitate the buyer's preference in house interior design. Our data analysis can formulate the most desired accessory space planning and to describe relationship between age, gender, and relationship status with type of house. And lastly, our objective is create the relationship between design attributes and elements buyer preference. This is our code, something to remember that the details are not the details, they make the design. That code is from Charles Ames. Okay, purpose for data mining. First, recognize the salient features of data classes or concepts for the purpose of being able to use the model to predict the class of objects whose class label is unknown. Number two, focus distinct and unordered labels in house design preference survey and pattern it into meaningful information. And then process the information to find out useful data and discover the information and patterns. And number four, to study what attributes of a model are essential for prediction, giving information about the underlying construct. And lastly, able to make a decision to develop the business. Okay. The stakeholder that we find for this project, first is house developer. House developer is principal of stakeholders to make a decision from valuable insights that are provided to target a project to be in demand based on the most preference from their potential client, such as type of house, construction materials, furniture, lighting, equipment, and others. Number two, interior design. Interior designer, a profession with specialized knowledge of junior interior design or the interior design will apply to the planning and design of interior environments that promote health, safety, and welfare while supporting and enhancing the human experience. Number three is architect. An architect is a person who plans, design, and oversees the construction of buildings. To practice architecture means to provide services in connection with the designs of buildings and the space within the site surrounding the building that have human occupancy or use as their principal purpose. Okay, this is our journey, how we build from the basic until we have our dashboard. First step is analyze data sets in survey of house design preference. Step 2, reporting the result to the Ohio University team. Step 3, identify patterns and trends in data sets. And step 4 is working alongside teams within the Ohio University team to establish business needs. Okay, this is our methodology that we use is exploratory data analysis or EDA. In this EDA, we cover about 6 steps of that is number 1 is data analytics types. Number 2 is data requirement, generate question about the data. Number 3, data collection, retrieve the data that related to the concern. Number 4, data pre-processing. Number 5, data pre-processing results. And lastly, data modeling. Okay, the first step 1 is data analytic types. This is the relevant data types that we use in our project. First, that is the descriptive analytics. What is that descriptive analytics? Is to answer the question of what happened. The benefit when we have a descriptive analytics is it will offer the analyst a comprehensive view of key metrics and measures within an attribute. Analyze the data available in real time as well as historical data to derive meaningful insights regarding the future of our survey. And number two, we use the diagnostic analytics. This diagnostic analytics is after assessing descriptive data, diagnostic analytic tools enable an analyst to analyze to go deeper into the problem with the help of drill down and queries to eradicate the root cause of the trouble. In simple words, in this analytic, historical data are assessed against other data to reveal the answer of the question why it happened. Okay, the step 2 is data requirement. That is generate question about data. First step for data requirement is to understand of the data. And then easiest way to do this is to use a question as tool to guide for investigation. And the question focus on a specific part of data set. And the benefit when we have a data requirement is help to decide which graph, model or transformation to make. Okay, this is the question list of questions that we found when we have seen our sample data. First is that is the list of the question that we have produced in our report. Okay, we have 12 questions. Okay. Step number 3 is data collection. The data collection is retrieve data that relates to the concern. Okay, this is our sample data. Okay, that we get survey of house design preference from Ohio University. First, when we see the data, the sample data have 44 columns and 564 rows of data. This is a sample of the data. And then the data collection is retrieve data that relates to the concern that this is a description of the data that we have 44 columns on our sample data. Okay, for the data pre-processing, I will pass to the Farah Wahida. Thank you.
Okay, thank you, Azura. Okay, I will explain about the data pre-processing. Okay, data mining technique, which this technique is a data mining technique which is used to transform the raw data in a useful and efficient format. So before applying any type of data analytics on the data set, the data is first to be cleaned to remove noise and inconsistent data and reduce representation of the data set that unimportant attributes. In this step, data reliability is improved. It incorporates data clearing, for example, handling the missing quantities and removal of noise or outliers. In this analysis, we do data cleaning and data transformation. So for the step 1, for the data processing, I will demo about what we are doing to our data sets. Okay, let me share my screen. Can all of you see my screen?
Yes.
Yes, can.
Okay. First, remove these 2 rows because it is similar. So we need just one column header. And then after that, we see that most of the first A to Q column, actually we do not need it in our analysis. So it's better we delete it. Okay, after that, we have to find for each column. Okay. We have decided to not to do analyze for the column which provide an opinion data, which is user can input text, and also we decide to not to process the data for question 5. Okay, so the first row it's a column header for this data set. So remove this column. Okay. Okay, we can see it becomes smaller column. Okay, so now we try to eliminate the data which is not consistent or noisy. Sorry. We using filter. By using this, select the only blank data for each column. So I just demo about 2 or 3 column. Okay, in this cleaning technique, we remove also the data that contains other input, which because we already remove the columns for the input text, so we decide not to analyze the data. So we remove the row which contain blanks data and other value data. Okay. So we remove. Delete row. Okay. After that, when we have to finish for each rows to make sure there is no blanks data and other value data. So for the removing the data, I think it's quite finished. So I move to transform the data. Okay, for question number 4, we can see that the data is, okay, we should clear this first since we want to transform it. Okay. So you can see here, this the surveyor don't answer about question number 6, question number 21, 7. So it's better we remove all the blanks data. Okay. So after that, okay. For question for column D, this is the multi-valued attribute. So we decide to split it into another column. Okay. So I do for this insert new row. Okay, we name it as living alone and use this to search the data. So we said that using this formula, we said if the data contains living alone, so we said we set to true. Other than that is false. Okay, we try. Okay. So you can see this is the result for living alone, and then we have to do for each column to check whether other attribute we can build from this column. So I think that is for demonstration. We back to slide. Okay. From the demo, we can see that, okay, this is the step that we rename all the column header, which the meaningful name for the Q1, naming it to range of age, okay. And then this is the remain column before we transform the multi-valued attribute. Okay, next. Okay, after cleaning and transformation process, we got 37 columns and 460 rows of data, which is 6 new columns for current living situation, 5 new columns for desired accessory spaces, and 7 new columns for included accessory spaces. Okay, next. Okay, this is the new attribute, which from 1 to 7, from 1 to 6 row is for the current living situation. 7 until 11 is for desired accessory space, and rest is for included accessory spaces. Okay, next. Okay, this is the result. There are 37 column, and then most of our data is categorical data, which is only one actually for ordinal data. Other than that is nominal data. So, okay, next. Okay. Okay, so we can see that the data is more clear after we cleaning. We had pre-processing process. Okay, so I pass to Zarin for the data modeling.
Okay, thank you, Farah.
Okay.
Okay, thank you, Farah, for the explanation about the pre-processing step. And now I will start with the data modeling. This process is to refine the question and generate a new question. And also this process to identify the truly interesting pattern to represent knowledge base from the sun judgment and visualization the knowledge technique to the user. And also this process we choose to design the knowledge technique and visualization using Power BI. This is a list of our new question generate after we do the data processing steps. I will show our dashboard. Okay, this is our dashboard for this assignment. The main objective for our analysis is to formulate the desired accessory space, and also to describe the relationship between age, gender, and also relationship status with the preference type of house. For example, here I chose the age is 18 to 24. This graph will show how many female, the gender, based on the gender, and for this survey. For example, this one, range of age 18 to 24, gender female, the count is 172. And for the male is 43, and also the non-binary is 7. If let's say I want to filter from age 18 to 24, the female, the answer this survey is 172. And if I want to filter more about this age, gender, and also the relationship, for example, I want to see how many is partner and married, and we have no children. And we can see here 43 from the survey is from 43 female. Okay, let's say I want to see how many person from age 45 to 54 that have the preference type of house for single family freestanding. You can see here the range 45 to 54, the female chose 61 to single family freestanding, and the male is 15 out of 70 chose the single family freestanding. And another example, let's say I want to show the 25 to 34 range of age, which primary consideration they choose to build a house. Let's say I want to see the comfort. Okay, 18 out of 460, the female choose the comfort more than male. You can see here female is 15 and male is 3 out of 18.
Yeah.
Okay, and then we go to the next page. Okay, from different type of house, let's say I want to choose the townhouse, and I want to see how many quantity bedroom that they choose to build. For example, for townhouse duplex, for one quantity of bedroom, only range 55 to 64 choose to build a house, townhouse with only one quantity bedroom. Okay. And another example, let's say I want to, okay, preferred house color. Let's say I want to choose the neutral color and count the how many range of age that choose the neutral color to build the house. Let's say we can see here the light blue, which is the female, choose more preferred house color is neutral from each range of age. You can see here. Okay, next I will show the third dashboard. Okay, this is the formulate space with different types of house. Let's say I want to see how many accessory space and included accessory space for apartment, condo, high rise, 10 and above floor. So we can see here the most accessory space. Oh no, we can see here there is two balance survey. to choose for the lofted space total and also to choose for the deck, patio, balcony and porch. And for included accessories, the most survey is for home office total. This is how we formulate our space preference type of house. And the next page, I will show the relationship between age, gender, and relationship status with different type of house. Let's say I want to see the townhouse duplex. There is 18 total number of survey out of 460, and the most range of age is from 18 to 24, which is 12%, and the most gender is female, which is 15%, and the relationship status, the most is 61.11% is from single with no children. This is for our example. The next page is, okay, this is I filter before this from the next page, the before space, townhouse duplex. If I want to see the current living situation and the most primary consideration in both house, we can see here the most is the living with latest individual, which is they stay with their parents, sibling, and also grandparents, which is 7%. And the primary, the 50% primary consideration is the comfort. They choose the comfort house. And next, we go to the page 4. This one, we try to relate between material, light sources, and also the furniture. Let's say I want to see what is the preference for acoustic. Let's say I want this space where sound is observed. The most wall surface material is paint, and the preference for floor material is hardwood. And if you see the neutral color, the most preferred type of light source is recessed can lighting features that are recessed into the ceiling. And the preference style for space is 89 out of this survey, most more preferred to the traditional furniture. And the last one is our question. This question relate to our question before this, we do the processing. Let's say for one example, does the age will affect them choosing the house type? From this, we can see here, yes, from range 45 to 54, we can see 76 out of 460 survey most prefer to the single family and freestanding house. This is how we generate the question into our dashboard. Okay, next I will explain about the insight after we do the data modeling. This is a few insight that we get after from the visualization. The first is the gender female account for majority of quantity of bedroom. You can see here, female is more rather than male. The second one is gender female account for quantity of bedroom for wall surface material, which is paint. Paint get the more preference. And the next insight, gender female and male have noticeably more range of age for type of house, single family, freestanding. The fourth is range of 18 to 24 has noticeably more basement total for type of house, single family, freestanding. And the fifth one is relationship status, single, no children has noticeable more bar total for type of house, single family, freestanding. The next one is type of house, single family, freestanding has noticeably more range of age for flooring material hardwood. 7. Relationship status single, no children, has noticeably more batota for type of house single family freestanding. The 8th one is type of house single family freestanding has noticeably more range of age for flooring material hardwood and gender female. And number 9, type of house single family freestanding has noticeably more gender for primary consideration comfort. And the last one is type of house single family freestanding has noticeably more included accessory space for primary consideration comfort. There is more we get from new insight we get from this visualization. We get all the details we already include in our report. I think that's all for the data modeling. Next, I will pass to Azura for the conclusion.
Okay, thank you Zarin and also Farawaida. Okay, this is our last part is conclusion. Okay, number one, importance of data mining techniques in interior design for finding hidden association in house design preference data. Then number two, discuss about the relevant data mining tasks which attempts to progress and upgrade the methods for exploring data to track new perception in the context of interior design profession. And the number three, real understanding based on the potential client's desires. Okay, so the analysis that we make from dashboard and also for the insight, the analysis will also help stakeholder to get a basic information of living style to understand more about the interior design, identify a hidden acoustics, a vibrant space, type of light source, which can help in deciding on how to put a feel and tone to the space, identifying preference type of house, which can help in deciding the design of residential structures in the future, identifying the preference of wall coverings or wall surface materials, flooring materials, which can help in selecting and deciding interior design specifications, and lastly, identify the organization space and other space needed will help on how to apply space planning. I think that's all from our discussion, from our presentation. So lastly, I will say thank you to Farah and also to Zarid. Uh, thank you, everyone. Okay, that's all from us.